Falk nailed that one in such a great way, you know.
Nice. Nice.
That's all I had at the end of it.
Oh, I thought you just stopped just to stop. Like, Mick, you could keep going,
Maybe I did.
and maybe he didn't.
Maybe
But
I
how's it
didn't.
going, people? What's going on? What's up? Closing out our zombies. We are closing out our zombie night with I Walked with a Zombie.
Nice.
Great film.
Episode 536. First time watch. And I thought I saw this movie before when I was doing my which it is coming back in November, but my black and white fright over on TikTok. I thought I saw this movie, but I got it mixed up with White Zombie. How? I have no idea, but somebody did actually, it was from the Discord. Someone was saying that it's a good pairing, like this movie and White Zombie, as far as like a back to back watch. So I don't know, maybe there's something to it. But yeah, this was the first time watch for me, and it was different, but I liked it. It was different, but I did like it. So I'll kick it off with that, and I'll kick it off with a rating as well. As of right now, I would say 6.5. Excuse me, 6.5 for this.
Hmm.
And James,
First time watch for me also. It was not what I was expecting, but like you said, it was a good movie. I'm going to rate it 7.
7. Okay. Trevor, you could anything you want to say about it, and then your rating.
Well, I mean, I'll just go ahead and rate it. First of all, I give it a 9.
Okay.
But it's a 9 in an awe of work that is so freaking amazing, and that is the movies that are produced by Val Lewton. But this is a special Val Lewton film. There are about 3, in my opinion, and that's working with the director Jacques Tourneur. And those 3 films have been, to quote Guillermo del Toro, it's the Lennon and McCartney of horror. So, you know, what makes this movie so good, and, you know, the other films that they did, was that partnership. Now, Luton's other films are truly amazing also, but this is a beautiful pairing. So that's why I give it a 9.
Nice. How about you?
Well, this is a first time watch for me. I did not know the film. I found it highly offensive and a bunch of no. I'm just I figured I'd follow trend. No, of the last few zombie movies. No, I'm kidding. I did enjoy this. I did not enjoy the story. Honestly, the story was very dry, and it seems like it had its holes in it. And that kind of I'd find myself in like more of a bored state at certain points there. And now I'm just getting those things out of the way, because I have a lot of things I like about this and I want to get into it. And but the atmosphere, the costuming, the designs, it is perfect for that 1940s horror motif. I will probably watch this again, maybe in a Halloween watch or something, because it has very cool, especially the maze scene. And I know we're going to get into all this, and like I said, I got a list, but I enjoyed it for that, but it didn't balance out enough for me. It's a 6.
Okay, not bad. A 6. Trevor, what are some things because I know you know this movie a lot more well than we do, a lot better than we do. Sorry. What are like some things that really just drive you into your passion for this film?
Okay, well, yet again, you're looking at Val Lewton, and we'll talk about Val Lewton in a bit. But why I love this film is, number one, it is probably the best pre-representation of zombies before 1968, in which Romero redefined what a zombie was. Jacques Tourneur and Val Lewton, as Mick said, are known very much for their atmosphere. This is kind of on purpose, kind of a weird story, because you're when you say about stories. So Val Lewton was the script editor for David O. Selznick. And that influenced him a great deal based on what not to do to make movies. But you know, there's an atmosphere and an attempt at accuracy in this film that no other film does. So, you know, is it accurate? Not completely. But the original draft of the script credited several articles written by a guy named Wallace, who wrote these articles in pertaining to William Seibrook's book Mysterious Island, which came out 10 years before. Now, why that's important is that was the first sensational account of voodoo. And to give you an idea of what zombies would be at this time, zombies are not part of the monster canon. They are part of the xenophobic, they're kind of like UFOs, Bigfoot. So there was a lot of, you know, that kind of acknowledgement for zombies, but there were not a lot of films that were made with the zombie. White Zombie, and also, like, you know, Zombies on Broadway, which I think everyone can just miss. It's a beautiful film. I just have to say that. I mean, there's so much that can be said about this, but you almost have to talk in the entirety of Luton's work, because he is a producer that truly is an auteur. And as a producer, he also had a hand in everything. You know, that's where the stamp of Val Luton comes. This is a guy who story edited Gone with the Wind. He also story edited Rebecca. Yeah, it just, what can be said? Val Luton's films are a very special diamond in the rough, which was RKO.
Yeah, listen, I was just looking up some of the stuff in this movie. Yeah, I'm enjoying myself. You know, first time watches for me are always really nice. I will say it has a lot of signature atmosphere for Val Luton. I like Val Luton. I like his work. You know, but I don't get that in depth with him, you know, other than, like, I do enjoy reading about him. You know, I've read some biopics about him and such, but influential. Never take that away. But with this movie, I don't want to, you know, put any bad mark on it or anything. It's just that this story was so interesting in the times where they allowed it to be. And I think that's what really took me away from it, was like the focus here. I get what, you know, almost like this revenge tale, so to speak. Well, it is a revenge tale essentially, but excuse me, I got something in my eye. And just sort of how it's been playing out. I'm trying to find the right words, because I finished this movie like 10 minutes before I got on. So, like, I am still trying to, like, catch my actual feeling on it. But it's just like when so scenes like when they're first in the market. She's in the market with Wes, right? And he's, you know, drinking, and, you know, they're at the little cafe and he's drinking his drinks. And they're singing the song almost sort of like as a warning to her. Those moments were so wonderful in the storytelling, and there are highlights, and they happen little by little. But in between those things, the atmosphere wasn't enough to save, like, what was sort of boring about it. I wish it was almost more condensed. Like, I'm glad I got to see so much of what they were trying to push with the voodoo culture, and the imagery was great. But it's almost my same argument for, like, sometimes, like, when I watch a Christopher Nolan movie, it's beautiful. It's going to be beautiful throughout. You know, you're going to have amazing things, but sometimes you're just kind of like, all right, we get to the next interesting thing. This is beautiful imagery. I don't want to look at the Enterprise for 9 minutes in motion picture anymore. I did it. All right. I know, I realize I'm sort of kind of rambling, but it was too spaced out. Its pacing just seemed really off. Now, that's all I want to say. But other than that, the corn maze walk, which the pacing seemed off on that, but everything you saw was interesting. And I forget.
Numerous
Forgive me. What's the
stills.
main actress's name in this? The actual Frances D.
Yes.
Yeah, Frances D. She played Betsy. That she did a fantastic job. I loved her in this movie. I thought she really did well, trying to like kind of investigate what's going on, trying to kind of peer into the culture and really understand what's happening. But I didn't get that from like the other, so to speak, the white actors in this. It seemed very stale in some of their performances that didn't match like her intensity. Like when I did really love the corn maze when they're walking through, and besides the art direction, she is the most pivotal piece of it. And when that music kicks in, I'll tell you, the sound in this movie,
sound is beautiful.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic. The atmosphere is just truly fantastic. The music was great. I love the music, and I love the use of the music. Now, because it is, and like I said, the white characters were dull. The black characters were the most interesting parts of this movie, and seeing the culture and what's actually going on. I almost prefer having seen it from that perspective, from the religious perspective, what they're trying to do. And that's just me, kind of like rambling on that. I did want to say it was kind of cool. I did learn something new. They called, I guess, the head priest Damballa.
Yes.
And that is a henchman's name who was also a voodoo priest. He was a henchman of Kananga in Live and Let Die. And I just put the two together, and then I looked it up and saw that is the name for a priest.
Can I just say, I'm going to say it before I forget, I love that you just said that, Mick, because since that whole Godzilla, Star Wars, and Star Trek run we did last year, I've been saying, like, I've been watching just in horror, just because you pulled it from a horror movie, just in horror in general, in horror alone. From those movies, I'll pull something that I've seen from those films, and I'm like, holy shit, they said that, or that and the third, and how you just, it's just so cool how that works, and how I had a feeling you were going to tie it into Bond one way or another, too.
I swear to God, I was not trying. It just popped up. It just like he said Damballa, and I'm like, wait a second. That was just, and it made sense because it was both a take on voodoo culture, so a wild take.
Well, wild take, but here's the thing. It goes back to what I was saying about, its attempt for authenticity, which Mick also is just bringing up here. So the shooting script for this film did cite the use of a 1937 article photo thing in Life magazine. So that, Life magazine in 1937, that's pretty legit. And it kind of became the gold standard after that. But yeah, that's how much research that they actually did. And as Mick said, one of the most interesting characters is Alma, and Alma is treated as a character in a way that is immensely human, and at no point is the voodoo religion the evil. And even there's a scene in which they're in the clinic, and a young boy is sitting there, and the mother of the main character says something to the effect of how you're going to get into heaven with 1 foot in the Bible, or 1 foot in the pew, or whatever, and 1 foot in superstition. And for that time period, that was in general, the characters and everything are dealt with an amazing amount of sympathy. That yes, voodoo was used for evil, but it wasn't something that was to be used for evil. And it is the religion of that area, and it's treated that way in this film, which this is a time period, and yet again, how Alma and the other indigenous characters are treated. This is an era that's still Mantan Morgan, and that kind of humor was how characters of color were portrayed. So this is, I think, a very influential film in how it approaches another culture with a lot more sensitivity than most films did at this time.
Which, to add to that, Live and Let Die does absolutely make it 100% evil.
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
so just so you're aware.
And I feel like just because of whatever story they're trying to tell in both those movies, it kind of works for both of those movies to sell those stories or tell those stories, which I didn't get there yet, but I can't wait because again,
I'm starting Moonraker tomorrow, and I'm so excited.
Just from the first 4 Bond movies, going from the first 2 to the next 2, they're getting better. They got better, so I'm hoping.
Which for Live and Let Die, what's the next film or the film before in the episode?
Diamonds Are Forever, then Live or Let Die, then The Man with the Golden Gun.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I just finished The Spy Who Loved Me, which is after The Man with the Golden Gun. I start Moonraker tomorrow, then I'm done with the 70s, going into the 80s. Espionage 5.
I gotta tell you guys. I'm gonna tell you guys. I got another box coming for February, and I'm so fucking excited.
Where are you going with it?
We're going to Taiwan.
No, okay. Celebrate Taiwan. Very nice.
Yes,
Very
yes.
nice.
I know I have some things I need to drop, but we're going to be going to Taiwan. And the listeners, you don't know what the hell I'm talking about yet, you will know soon. And it's going to be fun. And just another way for me to watch more foreign horror, honestly. International horror movies in a fun way, a unique way. But yeah.
Dude, by the time you're done with this, your letterbox is going to have as many movies as mine.
I haven't been filling it in lately. I need to go back and fill it in from like the finishing out last year and then starting out this year.
The most fun I had with letterbox going through and adding everything that I've seen is go year by year. I made lists. No, I don't care. I don't care if anybody likes my list or not.
No, that's the thing. It's smart to make lists.
I went year by year and just marked the movies that I knew I saw.
That's a really good idea.
I did it all by memory almost, and it felt like I was walking through a video store of that year. And like I was just looking at all the boxes. I was like, yeah, I remember when I saw that. And there were things like you go back pages and pages, and it's like scragglers that just like kind of pop in there. You're like, oh my God. And that's good memories, right? So I'm saying this to anybody who has a letterbox. It's a lot of fun if you like your movies and stuff. But I got that. I will tell you, I don't know what it is because there's like no shortage of movies each year. But by the time I got out of the 80s, like I mean, all over 200 movies each year until I got out of the 80s. I got to the 70s and it was like 35, 42, 29. I was like, how? It's the 70s. I feel like this is the most influential year. Nope. And there's a whole lot of R-word movies. I'll tell you that much. James, you'd be in them. Just for topics to talk about.
yeah, that's a better way of throwing that out there.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I didn't even think about it that way. But like,
I know he didn't
just for the topics, because
like
like when he brought up that one zombie movie where it was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, that was.
I was like, I wouldn't even expect that to be a thing.
Oh yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah, I suggest doing that, but I went all the way back to 1894. So.
Yeah, I've been logging mine for this year. Like I started like every movie I've been logging since January 1st. Maybe even end of December. I might have started.
Sit down and mark all of my physical media. I haven't done that yet. Is the only thing.
Yeah, see, one of these days I'll get back to it because I don't know what it is with me in this letterbox thing. I was doing good last year, and then I think I dipped off in around October or November.
It is easy to forget. I had to go back and I go, fuck, I didn't log last week's movie. And I had to go and do it, change the date.
For me, it's procrastinate. It's just like, you know what, screw it. I know I have to catch up on these 6 movies anyway. I'll just wait till the end of the week and catch up on everything. But now it's been a few months.
Yeah, then it's too much for you. Then yeah.
But it's one of those things that I'll do. Like, I know people don't care about this. I'm gonna tell you anyway because I know we all do this with procrastinating. Like, I'll be sitting down up here chilling in the lab or something or whatever, watching Bad Girls Club, and I'll just say, you know what? Let me fill up my letterbox. They're getting me to think really well right now. Which I didn't watch it this week, guys. You should be proud. I haven't watched it in a week. That's good. I'm not done though. I'm not giving up that habit. I'm just saying.
Do it. Watch Blood Lake one more time.
Oh no! I'm never watching that again.
No thanks. I memorized that. I don't need to anymore. I know the whole movie in my head.
It's different. It's
a reappraisal of Blood Lake.
And I know every scene that pissed me off.
Oh, that was so funny.
Fuck that movie.
I want to write it into a stage play and perform it on the stage of at CFF.
Oh my
God.
that'd be hilarious. That would be only if James was there. Like, we have a special.
How are you gonna do the 20-minute skiing scene?
I'm gonna get a boat front, and then I'm gonna throw in a wig. Sturdy's gonna be the guy with the mullet, and we're just gonna ride. And
You're
it's
just
be
gonna
pitch
sit
black.
there for 20. People are like, "What's going on? Is anything gonna happen?" You're like, "No."
No, what you do is you show the boat, you show us, and then you throw like a black tarp over it because you can't see anything in that.
You can't
movie.
see anything. It's dark as hell all the time.
It's so
Oh man,
I hate that fucking movie.
that would be
It's the
hilarious.
best movie of all time on VHS.
No, that's an awful movie.
Oh
That's a
god.
god-awful movie.
You know what's an awful movie? Gone with the Wind.
An
Ooh.
awfully good movie or an awful movie?
Awful movie.
Awful.
Ooh, I have to hard disagree with you. I mean, it's very controversial. I'll agree with
Well,
that.
the only reason why I say that is I just have always thought it was, not great. And so I'd said Luton was a story editor on Gone with the Wind.
Mhm.
Well, after reading the script, he is quoted in telling Selznick it's ponderous trash, and he actually rewrites scenes that are like impossible to do. Like there's a scene in Gone with the Wind that is just so it's breathtaking and beautiful. It's this like train thing. There's like a field of like bodies, and it was written by him. So it was like nobody's gonna be able to make this scene, and they did, of course.
Yeah.
So he hated it. But another thing about Val Lewton and his relationship with David O. Selznick is after various rewrites and things like that, he knew he had to put in an intermission. So David O. Selznick asked Val Lewton, and this is from Val Lewton's son. Val Lewton was to do research on how long it would take the average theater goer to get up from their seat and to go to the restroom and come up with an average amount of time. Val Lewton waited a week and then came up with a number. But that is also a story that connects Val Lewton to like old school Hollywood.
And I have high respect for Val Lewton, but I got to stick up for Gone with the Wind.
I just always thought it was an overrated film. But
I seen it once, and I kind of agree with Trevor. With the people are like, "Oh my god, this movie's so awesome!" and everything. I watched it. I was like, it's okay.
And listen, here's the thing: I hate the sound of music.
I hate the sound of music,
but I can appreciate why people love it.
No, I do too. I can see
now.
that.
Allow me to.
I won't say I love it. I don't mind it.
Allow me to defend the highest grossing movie of all time, adjusted for inflation, against Mr. Made 14 movies in 9 years. No, I'm just kidding. I do like Val Newton.
Well, I think I will have to say I think Gone with the Wind is one of the most beautifully shot color 33-1.
Oh, yeah. I'm not really a fan.
You can't question.
Now,
that.
The Wizard of Oz,
I
would argue. I will argue The Wizard of Oz. I will fight for The Wizard of Oz as probably the most influential movie of the 20th century.
Okay.
You don't think Gone?
I don't know I'd go that high, but I have to give it the level of respect that it deserves. And it is. I mean, King Vidor directed that, right?
Call everyone now that you know and find me someone who has not seen that movie.
Exactly.
True. I've seen it multiple times.
I can find plenty of people who haven't seen Wicked yet.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen Wicked yet.
I have not.
More people have seen The Wizard of Oz than have seen A Christmas Story.
True.
Yep,
Everyone.
that's an easy one, but
true.
that's that. We've for the past like how many decades is like
I don't like A
can't
Christmas
not
Story.
see Christmas Story. So.
I don't like it either.
I don't know what the most watched movie of all time is, but I got to tell you, I have to believe at least everyone on this planet that is old enough to put a movie on itself has seen The Wizard of Oz at least once.
I was gonna say that, And no, not A Christmas Story. Is that the one with Scrooge? I like that one. Anyway, never mind.
The Christmas Carol.
Sorry. Christmas Carol.
The
All right, never
Christmas
mind.
Story is the one with the it was Bob Clark's Christmas movie that had the leg lamp and all that stuff.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I don't like that. movie.
Shoot your eye out with a BB
As a
gun.
matter of fact, I hate that movie.
Because there are channels that show it for 24 hours straight,
Yeah.
for weeks,
Oh, I
Yeah.
fucking hate
That dude just popped up at the inauguration. The Ralphie kid.
Fuck Ralphie.
Nope, you don't have to take it back. You can leave that right out.
Because he and Vince Vaughn, like, I guess, are producing partners or something like that. And they were both at like something for it. I just saw pictures. That's why I knew. It's hard not to know who Ralphie is, even at this age in his life. Actually, that's not true. He did successfully do it in Iron Man. I did not know it was him. He was the one with the bald scientist with the mustache in that movie. That's him. So I give him that. God damn, Iron Man
The
has
same mind as the Porky's films.
They're saying number one is Titanic, the most watched movies. Then E.T.
Wow, what a waste of time.
Then Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz.
No,
is
but those
third.
are the most watched movies in theaters.
Theaters. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So I'm talking about. There's not I'm not saying everybody has seen it in theaters because I haven't, but everybody has seen The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
There's just no shot that you haven't, because that movie is like, I don't know what it is. It's like ingratiated. That movie, I'm saying it right now, keeps us fighting for the little guy, because that's what that movie's about.
So you think the
Lollipop Guild.
kids these
The
days-
Lollipop Guild.
Sounds
The
like-
Lollipop Guild. Sorry.
If they
this generation seen Wizard of Oz? Majority of them?
this generation,
This generation. You think they've seen Wizard of Oz?
Yeah, I do.
If
I
they haven't
really
seen
do.
Wizard of Oz, they've seen some interpretation that is continual enough that a lot of go back even further to book and such, but like ideas and references, it's one of those movies that is so far almost timeless in its ability to be referential in general conversation, which goes to the argument that it is one of the most watched films, or at least one of the most ingested concepts, whether it be The Wiz or The Wizard of Oz or now Wicked. It's
There's even a horror movie
potentially
called
one
Gale.
of the
I wanna
most
watch.
recognizable franchises in Hollywood is Wizard of Oz.
You were saying, James, so it's a horror movie called, like, about Dorothy Gale from The Wizard of Oz. Like, I never
It's
heard
just
it.
called Gale. I seen it like a
Cool.
while back when it says they're making it and everything, and I don't know if it came out yet. I lost track of it, so I don't know if it's still in the works or it actually dropped. I'm not sure.
Very cool. I'm gonna check that out, because I know there was a TV miniseries back in the day. Neil McDonough was in it. He played the Tin Man, and they kind of had this. And I don't know if this is the case in the books, but it is. He was they called him Tin Man because he was a sheriff, and I guess like the wizard or something did something to his family and then locked them in like a capsule. So that I thought it was clever for the time, for like a mini series. You know what I mean? And that is why Gone with the Wind is better than Velvet. Sorry, we didn't even talk about the movie.
Gone with the Wind, although I have to say, is much better.
There it is.
Nice.
It kind of holds that area of the Titanic with me. So, yeah,
Okay,
I
that's
will
fair.
appreciate the quality, but overall, I
get it. Listen,
Yeah.
it's not a movie you can watch often. It's not,
Titanic is a boring fucking movie.
Fuck.
That's that
I'm
is
with
nuts. And I think that movie made me hate Billy Zane. I always have a little bit of
forgot he was in
disdain
that.
for Billy
Yeah.
Zane.
Mhm.
It's just because he's kidnapped a kid and got on a boat.
The only part I liked is everybody fucking dying, and that's
See,
sad to say.
The Leonardo sickle. Yeah.
I was watching a video and they showed what it actually would have looked like out there that night, and it was just pitch black.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
And they were like playing like what it would have sounded like, and I was just I started getting like anxious. I'm like, what is this? I was like, I never, because you think about the movie. Oh, nice.
Oh, I've
beautiful
seen this.
film.
Wait,
Yeah,
what's the
that's-
categories for this month?
Found footage.
Found
Oh.
footage.
Wait, Late Night in the Devil counts as a found footage movie?
Yeah.
And a TV talk show.
It's a broadcast.
Oh shit! I didn't even think
Yeah.
of it that way.
It's revisiting a old show. Yeah, and then
Ah.
also the other stuff that was filmed with other cameras at that time.
Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't think of it that
So
way. I
it-
was
it
thinking
is
like they found like a
technically
video
found footage.
camera. People walk around, they found like a fucking like a.
Well, that's
video
what's made
tape.
found footage so huge. Is it's like in its own way like folk horror. It keeps redefining itself. I mean, you know, at some point one could argue that The Ring has elements of found footage. You know,
I was my choice until you said that it was just found footage, not POV. It was Peeping Tom. I thought that would have
Great.
been a good one for you
Great.
for your first one.
Oh,
Peeping Tom.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
don't save it because you said you're going to do POV. So that would
Yeah,
be my
yeah,
choice for POV.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good ass time.
Reach
too.
into the classics a little bit.
mhm.
You know what's a good one I think we should watch? And which country is it, Trevor? Cul-de-sac. Is it France?
I think it is.
Yeah, if you do a backpacking, you should do Cul-de-sac for France. That is a good movie.
Oh no, backpacking is something that's going to stick around because
Okay,
wanna
don't
keep
gloss
diving
over.
into
We
other
get it.
cultures.
We're gonna do it.
yes. I didn't gloss over it, so I'm just saying we're gonna go to France.
Cool.
We're
You
gonna-
gotta
You're talking about
send
the
me link
Polanski
post
film?
reminder.
Okay, good. I thought I'd make sure we had the same one connected. Yeah, it's a
Watch
great
watch
film.
Cul-de-sac if you can.
It's part of actually a loose trilogy.
Oh, really? What's his other one?
Knife in the Water, Elevator in the Gallows, and Cul-de-sac.
Damn.
They're 3 black and white masterpieces by, and I don't care what you say, Roman Polanski is a great director.
Dude's a monster, but he was
Dude's a
genius
monster,
filmmaker,
but so
you know?
is Salvador Dali.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like I separate
Yeah.
the two. Like
Yeah, you have to sometimes. So,
I mean, yeah, we can. as
Lovecraft.
cinephiles. If you don't want to.
I
don't watch
mean,
it. Come on,
talk
you
about
love
a
these
xenophobic
guys.
turd.
Helen
but-
Keller.
Great pilot, my favorite pilot.
She was. Go look it up. She believed in eugenics.
That has
That's
nothing to
just
do with
somebody's assumption, I guess. You know,
her
it's not
talent
like,
of flying.
not like
her talent
you know
of
she
flying
heard
a
it from
plane.
somebody or she said it to somebody. I mean,
You should have been one of the backup players in Helen Keller and the Night Wolves. That joke would have killed.
Oh man, that movie, man.
That is a great movie.
It really is.
It is.
And
It's
that's definitely going to be coming
I'm
back
actually gonna
around. for a
revisit
watch
that
party.
because it's been
It's
a while.
it's a
you know.
fun movie.
I actually may have to show that to my partner Hannah because it's
Oh,
just so. Yeah,
It is so fucking
Ridiculous.
absurd. It's fucking wild.
Love it. Fucking love it.
I was laughing through the whole fucking thing because it was shit I did not expect. I was like, "What is going on?"
I'm just
Right.
remember when she's throwing the biscuits at her face. Because she can't. That's the only way a blind person can find their mouth is to throw it at it. Try and make
It was so stupid.
But she was smiling all the time. She's like, it hit her in the face and bounced off. She's like, I was like, this movie is so offensive.
But it worked. Oh, it was so fucking funny though. It was so.
It was like, yeah. I mean, when
Funny.
I say offensive, I mean like those
Yeah, I know what
types
you
of
mean.
comedy offensive.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
you can go back and say Spaceballs is offensive. You can go back and say fucking anything's offensive. Blazing
Basically.
Saddles offensive. Like it's but the like Blazing Saddles, it was meant.
very satirical.
Yes, absolutely.
And I one thing I do remember about it is it was it was constantly on the joke.
Yes.
It
Mhm.
stayed there, and it didn't like deviate enough that it would become offensive. It was just like one long running good joke. So
Look when she goes, I never had sex with the black guy before. He goes, I'm not black. She goes, everything's black.
Yeah.
Black and the blind. Everyone's black and the blind.
I was like, what is happening here? That movie, just every joke. It always gets me too, because every joke that hits is just like, how did they think of this?
Yeah.
Well, you know what was real
And you had the
funny?
brother and sister going back and forth with shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
The plunger up his ass.
The plunger.
Remember that random white thing that just popped out was like singing and dancing out of nowhere? It just
Dude,
came in the movie like 2 times.
You
Random.
know they made another movie, right?
No.
That team?
The guy who made that movie is called FDR Badass.
Oh my god.
and James Brolin, who plays the hunter that trains her in it, he plays FDR in the movie.
What?
We should watch that.
I wonder if it's that crazy, just like that one.
It really is. I've seen that.
Oh god damn.
That one I think they played on Comedy Central once, and that's how I saw it. And then I never heard of it. It's a very different dynamic of budget.
Okay.
Oh, those stupid things. But to bring it back around.
To the zombies.
I Walk with the Zombie is a very enjoyable watch. Like I said, I had things that I didn't like about it, but I said I would rewatch it. It's a cool horror atmosphere. I'm busting balls a little bit, like, but this was a
I mean,
fun
it's not
watch.
the cat people.
No, of course not. And it's not, I mean, it's not Isle of the Dead. It's not
It's another.
So like it's comparatively, there were shining moments that you're like, wow, this is a Val Lewton production. And then there are other ones where it's just kind of like it wasn't cat people, or what, you know what I mean? Like it just didn't have that same type of, that pacing or whatever. But I honestly check it out. If you're a horror fan and you like the oldies, check this one out. It's worth it.
Yeah, it definitely is, and it gives you. It's a different take on zombies. It's a unique take on zombies. If you're looking for like the
more realistic, actually. Not to say that it's realistic totally by any stretch of the imagination. But this is there are a handful of films who have done so. Serpent and the Rainbow, Wes Craven is another beautiful example, where they try to stick kind of as close as they can. I think one of the great things about Lewton's work is it's not hokey. And where there is the ability to, there's at least an attempt for authenticity.
Yes. Thank you for saying that, because that is a great point, and I'm glad I heard it. Yeah, it is very, and to think about his other movies now, like I said, I love when you make the wheels turn, Trevor. Yeah, he really is. He really is a genuine, like,
he's a producer auteur.
Fantastic.
Yeah, well,
that's another. Felt good to think about that, because like, yeah, he really does know how to take it seriously, and not in a way where you can't enjoy it or can't bend a little bit to a fan's, like with tropes and certain tropes and things like that, but there is like a genuineness, and there's no real campiness to it. It is, man, I'm trying to compare it to something more modern.
Roger Corman.
Oh, okay, actually,
let me explain that.
I'd kind of disagree that.
Let me explain. Okay, so Val Lewton, in my opinion, is a huge influence on people like William Castle and also Roger Corman in various ways, but especially Roger Corman. So how does RKO get a hold of Val Lewton? Val Lewton just wants to get the fuck away from Selznick. Can't stand the man. So he wants to do something more creative. Okay, so RKO releases 2 beautiful films that basically almost kill them, and that is Citizen Kane and Magnificent Ambersons, by everybody's, hopefully at least light director Orson Welles. So what makes money? About 41, Wolfman came out. It was the second renaissance of Universal monsters. So he ended up getting connected to RKO by accepting the job based on him being a story editor for Selznick to lead up a B horror unit for RKO. Now, what's special is they allowed him to pool talent. And sometimes he got stuck with talent at RKO that was slightly blacklisted because they worked on Citizen Kane. Mark Robeson is a beautiful example. Now, with that comes, he helped the career of Jacques Tourneur, Robert Wise, and especially Mark Robeson, who was connected to Citizen Kane. And after the last Jacques Tourneur Val Lewton collaboration, RKO was moving him up to their A list. Both
Sturdy,
he and Jacques.
just to add to that, Robert Wise was the director of Star Trek: The Motion Picture,
And
Sound of Music,
West Side Story.
and one that I think you should check out for Sturdovision, The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Great film. Well, really, to sum up, sorry it seemed like a rather long story, but this gives you an idea of how Val Lewton worked. So with this promise, I think it was after Leopard Man, that both of them would be moved up. For the first project, which I don't remember the name, but Lewton wanted it to be directed by Mark Robson. They basically put it on the table. This is one of the guys that was connected with Citizen Kane in the Orson Welles disaster. They're never going to be okayed beyond the B level. And what did Lewton do? He said, I'm staying with the Bs because if you don't take him, you don't take me. And that's the kind of person Lewton was. And that also makes more of a connection to like Castle and Corman and these directors that become, their people are so loyal to them because they're so loyal to their people. So,
and I mean, but we see that back then. We saw that on the, everybody had sort of John Ford, at his own stage company and things like that. So, like and that is like I think it was a matter of back then, especially in the in the early silent days, a lot of these filmmakers were all the up and comers, those interns, those new waves of young filmmakers, kind of learning from really from people who were just kind of throwing shit at the wall and seeing what stuck because it was so new, right? But it was growing, get more and more popular. That these filmmakers, and mostly speaking of like American filmmakers, that became more into the mainstream or even the B side of it. But yes, they grew and they got older and they started taking over. God damn, their companies were so loyal to them. That honestly, it's what broke the studio system. That of course there was some other handlings, but ultimately what I think broke the studio system was this loyalties that was like, no, the craft is more something we lost. I think the 80s took that away.
Lewton wasn't. This is the thing that's crazy. Even though he hoped to get away from RKO, he made a lot of changes to his films, literally to like the last second. And, he kept doing well for RKO. And, one of the really cool things about the about 9 films that he did for RKO within this horror group is they do have the Lewton feel. They do have the Lewton touch, but they're all, he did a lot with not just like, giving people a chance. He gave people a chance and pushed them to the A where, he was just happy to. He also kind of didn't want to go to the A's because he felt that he would not be given as much say in the final product. So it was a combination of things, but the not being willing to take his long-term story editor was, it's like, yeah, I'll just stay in the B's.
He died only at 46. So
it was like heart attack, I believe.
Oh, I wasn't sure what it was, but I just had read that he died early. Hey, Troy.
How's it going, Troy?
And anybody who's listening to the podcast, Troy is our imaginary friend. You shut your go see Troy Hill.
Yeah, make sure you check out Troy Hill Talks. Dope show. I'm a co-host over there on his podcast portion of it. It's a good time. It's a great time.
It's a fun time. I got to be on an episode.
Yes. So he's gonna be on some more too. But going back to like this, the interesting take of this, because it wasn't like a like the brain-eating zombies that we're all used to and all that craziness. It was not that at all. And I just really enjoyed. I wish the story connected better, like Mick was saying, the parts, especially with the music. Which I wanted to say this. before I forget, or I want to say this before I forget, is like the music. So my wife was up here, she was like playing on her portal thing and watching the movie kind of, but the music got her attention.
Mhm.
And just saying like how like culturally tied it to how tied it, you know, black and
Mhm.
Spanish and just all that with the slave, you know, with the slave trade and just all that shit,
Yes.
Yeah.
the drums and all. It was just cool, like to where
It's
like the
supposed to take
culture of
place
that.
in what is Haiti today.
Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah.
but yeah, but it is cool like how that kind of connected her with, you know what I mean? That kind of grabbed her attention, connected her with that, and really made it like that. Those scenes right there, because I remember you mentioning it earlier, like that. Those are some of your favorite scenes that really made you feel the movie, so to speak, and feel the culture that they were
Mhm.
portraying or trying to show us in this film. And
The score is very minimal, and it makes the drums that much more
yeah,
haunting and mysterious. And it's interesting because Tenaire and Luton do, build up a little bit of suspense, but then when you're really introduced to voodoo, it is shown, as a religion. And I think this is a movie very much like, I said, as far as atmosphere, and I think I'm probably really going out on a limb of this, but one thing that I kind of got was the fact that it seems like all the white characters, minus our main heroine, are very stoic and almost kind of like zombies.
Mm.
And the other side are very much, they seem to have much more life, even if it is in a very negative situation, like the scene of the fact that they mourned a birth but did not mourn a death,
Mm.
which is very, connected to that time period, very
hmm
socially, significant. But no, I when I watched this is like the third, fourth time I've seen this. I felt that was, and also as far as the pacing goes, one of the things I liked about the pacing is the fact that is this kind of drag, which kind of makes the film kind of zombie-like. But yet again, I might be going out on a limb here.
No, I do agree. I think that's what they were going for. I just don't think it
Yeah.
worked. It just didn't work for me, I guess.
Mhm.
And again, it's personal preference. But like I thought they timed scenes well, interactions really
Mm.
well, and then in
It's all
between
done on a soundstage too, and it was pretty damn
beautiful
good for a
sets.
soundstage.
That time frame though, that time
Yeah.
frame in horror, like the sets are some of the most magnificent in movie
Oh yeah.
history. I will say, Sturdy, do I still have time to change out my choice for found footage next month? I just thought of something.
Yeah, because it didn't get picked. As long as it didn't get picked, you're good.
I want to do One Cut of the Dead.
Just send me the movie poster.
Good
We're good.
movie.
Yeah, I think that's
Excellent.
I'm gonna do that. And
That's some Asian horror there too, guy.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
you're gonna get some really cool inside look at filmmaking too.
Mhm.
nice. Yeah, just as soon as you can, send me the movie poster, and I'll swap it out with. I forgot what you put on there before, but
I just put something I haven't seen that I wanted to watch, so I want to put this on it because I want to like share this and talk about it.
that's fair. That's fair. I'll throw that one in the watch party list on the other one for February, possibly the other movie. But yeah. Again, though, I do feel for those who are if you're a fan of black and white film, I'm not going to say this for everybody, but if you're a horror fan of black and white film, definitely go check out I Walk with a Zombie.
Mhm.
Definitely go check out I Walk with a Zombie. Even more so if you're a fan of zombie films, just because why not?
Yeah.
But I'll say more so. I won't say for every horror fan because I know every horror fan doesn't like black and white. But for those that do like black and white, definitely check this out. Definitely check this out and let us know in the comments below what you think about it, if you like it or if you hate it. But give me a reason why, if you like it or hate it. Don't just say I hated it, it sucked, it was boring, and that's it, because that's not.
Please only answer that way. All I want. I want him. In fact,
In capital letters.
I would like to request everyone out in the world to spread this. Go find Sir Sturdy. Email him like people have been flooding the immigration email with Elon Musk requests. I want you to flood his email with which is one word answer. All right, about why you didn't like this movie. You could just be like, didn't.
Oh, fuck that! Don't do it in my email. Do it in the comments on YouTube, where it matters. If you're gonna do that.
I want 70,000 emails in this man's inbox of just saying an innocuous word that's like sucks.
That's just gonna go right to the spam folder. That's
no context. Don't explain anything, and then follow up the next week to make sure he read all of them.
Oh, you know I'm not gonna.
And keep doing it every week for the rest of his life.
Or yours, whoever's here longer.
No, it's gonna bum you out, not me.
No, yours meaning the ones posting it, not me.
No.
I'm not gonna care either way. I'm just gonna did you read that? Nope. Matter of fact, I changed the email. I just didn't share it with everybody this time. I don't read shit over there.
Every time he's live, I want you to comment. Hashtag didn't like it. Anything he says.
Hey, go ahead. Start it out. He said it in the right place. He said it in the right place.
Go ahead, Troy. Go ahead, Chad. Do it.
Next week.
Late
Night with the Devil, which is going to be a fun one to watch.
Yeah,
honestly, here's the funny thing about that. Here's the cool thing and the funny thing about it, besides the fact that it's an awesome movie, is for those of you that know, we do watch parties and all that stuff. And I have a little request list, and Paul threw on Late Night with the Devil. And I was like 100%, and I was planning on doing it for February. So just look at this, kicking it off with that for the first episode in February. Late Night with the Devil. Troy, if you're free next Thursday, come join us 8:00. It's gonna be a good time. And as you guys
what did you guys think of it?
I liked it a lot.
I liked it. It's something I gotta watch again because I seen it when it came out and I haven't seen it since.
No, we're watching next week. We can talk about it next week.
That's right.
I want everybody to throw up a comment. What'd you think of the movie? But not one word answers.
You hear him?
I finally watched Nosferatu.
In fact, I'm changing it up.
Oh, great
Emails. Email him and just write Blood Lake in the subject line. That's it. Anyway, Nosferatu, what'd you think?
I liked it.
I still gotta watch it.
I liked it a lot. Yeah.
We'll add it. We'll add it to Vampire April.
I liked how they made Nosferatu look.
Oh, Vaporil. I like it.
Vaporil.
I thought they were gonna do a knockoff version of them. Like the ball with the like peeking through the fucking door and shit. No, they made him pretty cool looking.
I hated the mustache, but other than that,
the mustache because it
I didn't like the reveal either. I don't want to take anything away from anybody who hasn't seen it yet. But
yeah, that mustache is crazy. It is.
Watch that.
It's like an old school, like Russian czar mustache.
I get the idea they were going for with that look, and I like that. Like I like that they were going more for that type of style.
Yeah.
I just couldn't take the Freddie Mercury mustache on his face seriously half the time. But no, other than that, I thought it was a great movie.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
They did such a great job with it. Sturdy.
Yep.
Love you, buddy.
Here we go, Mick. Take it away, good sir.
I gave you a new one. I just sent it to you. What's up, guys? If we had the new one, you'd see the lineup. Sure. You can go visit us all over. But this Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, we are going to be a 10-hour live stream event called Casters for a Cause Fundathon. We do these every once in a while to raise money for a good cause. We're raising money. We put together a GoFundMe. It goes all directly towards Red Cross efforts. That's the way I like it. I don't want to touch any money. So all goes towards American Red Cross efforts to help out the LA wildfire relief. Hopefully you guys could be there. We have great shows. Everybody here is going to be there at some point during the day and night. And we're just going to have a really good time. So we hope you guys can join in. And we're going to have some fun twists and turns along the way. And we can't wait for you guys to be a part of it. And get your wallets out, donate, and share. You can donate now. The GoFundMe is live.
Yes. Donate and share and donate. It's for a great cause. We're gonna have a great time. Lots of laughs. The Popcorn and Pine School. We're gonna be doing. We're gonna be reviewing the movie Grandma's Boy. So then that's a wild, fun time.
I gotta watch that. I got so many movies to watch.
Yeah,
Me too.
Oh, that's right. And so Dan's offering his own thing. If you donate $100, he's gonna do something. But
I'm gonna tell you what he's gonna do. I know Mick won't say it on his show, but Sturdy.
I don't want him to do it.
I do.
I don't.
What, he's supposed to streak or something?
No, I wouldn't want him to do that.
We're getting there.
We're getting there though. I'll build up to it.
All right. So then Tim put forth the challenge that I'll do. Yes, I'm still in for Cooley High. And are we still connecting the two? Like we talked about? Let me know. Because I want to go back and rewatch some stuff with what's happening. So anyway, sorry. I'm planning so much for this. So it's gonna be such a great time. Sturdy and I, if you donate $250, you can tell us what article of clothing you would like us to take off. And if you keep on donating, we'll get the full Monty.
I'm telling you right now, Sturdy did not sign up for that. So that's
Sturdy signed up when he became a host of Cast for a Cause and realized that absurdity is the name of the game.
that's Mick and the other whites that are going to do that.
Aaron's afraid that people are going to find out the black myth. He has a small one.
No, I don't want to steal anybody's wives from them, James. So I'm trying to behave. Yes, that's exactly what his plan is.
Oh my God, he is.
I'll tell you what,
right.
he will not be doing that because I have to sign off, and I didn't sign off. But if Sturdy signs off,
he's going to get hurt, but it's going to be funny.
This is an incredibly bad idea.
It is a bad idea. I agree. I'm not signing off on it either, but he does it.
Here's the way I look at it, right? Troy, so we're wearing clothes now. Yeah.
Dude, and at midnight during Sturdivision, I'm going to turn off all the lights.
Pay for us to put clothing on.
I'm going to turn off all the lights in my basement and walk around looking for ghosts.
There you go.
That's so stupid. It's such a stupid thing to do.
Just yelling like, "Anybody down here? Hello."
Oh my God, that would be the proof. That would be the proof. I'm not signing off until Sturdy signs off that he's doing a strip.
I'm not stripping, but I'll sign off on Dan jumping off of shit.
You can't sign off. If you're not going to join in for the absurdity, you can't have public powers and trust or whatever that means. Political terms. I'm just getting bonkers. I'm having some fun with it. I'm excited. When Casters comes up, I get excited because it feels like just this whole day of like hanging out and like having a good time and trying to do some good. So,
and doing it for a good, it's pretty much us doing what we normally do, but for a good cause this time. So we're having fun. We're putting smiles on.
Don't tell them that because
making a fool of ourselves.
More than what we normally
laughing. Do. Listen. It's for a good cause. It's to help people.
I'm going to black a game called what? The Screen Bitch.
Sturdy.
What? I'm going to play a game called.
We're not showing any dick. Calm down. I don't even care if you're at the camera like this.
Oh man!
I'm just getting so close up, though, you can't see nothing. You're like, I am naked.
And then at 1 a.m., I just stand up.
We had clothes on the whole time.
Oh, Mick, there you go. That's what you should have done. Late night or something. You should do like
pitch black. Or...
You should do a show, a half-hour stand-up.
I can do a half-hour stand-up. Oh no, I don't have any material written. I'd have to write.
Didn't you say you were going to do that at one point?
Yeah. They closed the place down.
Oh,
I mean, I don't mean to laugh at it. I don't mean to laugh at the place. And I don't want to like say what the place was because like I don't want to put anybody where I live.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But like,
I get
it was a very cool place, a chill type of place that had open mics.
Oh, nice.
So it wasn't like I was like brought in or anything. It just had open mics.
And they closed.
And it was fun, but yeah, unfortunately they were.
That sucks. You got to find another place, man. There's a lot of open mics.
Oh man, I could. There downtown does them and stuff like that, but I'm not going that hard. I'm not that funny. I'm kind of funny. I'll do it on here more than anything.
Hey, that works.
I can't do
works.
stand up sitting down though. That's the only thing. It's just something about it.
You call it sitting down then.
Big J does it. The comedian. He sits in a stool and just talks.
Yep.
But yeah. All right. But anyway.
Again, next Thursday, Late Night with the Devil.
Yeah.
Great movie. It's gonna be a great time. Most importantly, this Saturday, charity event. Ooh, 10 hours from 3 to 1 a.m. You're not going to want to miss that absurdity. You're not going to miss helping out. So come.
Or sturdy naked.
Well, you're going to miss out on that. You're a little
We'll
late. But we're going to get on out of here.
Just don't wear a onesie, dude.
Oh, at the end of the night we are. Final onesies reunion.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, we're all going to go to sleep at the end of the night. And
Well, I
they get
doubt
to
it.
Well, I
watch
mean,
the live stream.
that means if you wear a onesie and somebody donates $250.
Oh no.
One shot.
Oh, okay.
I will be
But
wearing.
that's why I was saying don't wear a onesie.
Oh, at the end of the night I will be, and then maybe it'll come off. But
I mean,
But during the day?
if your onesie is your only real like piece of clothing and somebody donates it, they tell you to take it off.
Yeah, you're
all
screwed.
right,
Yeah.
I'll do it for a good cause. I'll do it. Tripping for the wildfire relief.
Mick's gonna take it
Oh,
off and he's gonna have women's underwear on. Surprise.
I'm wearing that now.
Oh, man. But we're going to get out of here, people. Have a great